It's time for Community Matters, a service of TCB Broadcasting, and it's sponsored by Vidalia Federal in Lyons and Vidalia, Todd Paget Housing Center in Claxton. Now let's see what's happening in our community with host Tony Doc Wardlaw.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to this edition of Community Matters. I'm your host, the Doc, and we are here on another beautiful Wednesday morning. As usual, God always gives us great weather, whether it's raining or snowing or whatever it might be. In our beautiful community, it's a beautiful time to be here. I'd like to say good morning to everyone, and what another beautiful show we have in store for you this morning. In our studios, we have none other than the illustrious and the beautiful Miss Angela Joy Pittman. She's here with us, and she is the Vice President of the Board of the His Works Ministries that is located right here in Lyons, Georgia. So, Miss Pittman, Miss Angela Joy Pittman, how are you doing this morning?
I am good. Thank you so much for the invite, and we're excited about His Works Ministry.
Absolutely. For those of you who are trying to put a face with a name, you probably remember Miss Angela Joy Pittman from just a few years ago on TV 46. You were one of the personalities there. Yeah,
that was quite a few years ago now. It was an enjoyable experience, so you never know where your route's going to take you. So here I am with you.
Right. And you could actually do this show yourself. So I feel honored to have you in the studio with us this morning.
Well, thank you. It's an honor to be here, and appreciate the invite, because our community needs to know how we can be more of the hands and feet of Jesus, which His Work Ministry represents the feet, the hands of Jesus doing the work in the community. So,
well, one of the great things about our community is we've got a lot of people working behind the scenes really to make our community better, a better place for us all to live. And His Works Ministries is one such ministry that is doing that.
Yes, it is. And a lot of times we just are so obsessed and consumed with our own personal lives, we really don't even realize what's going on outside in our own community. Mm-hmm. And this is a great opportunity for you to kind of take the blindfolds off and get involved and be a part of what is going on in your community by helping those who are in need. We feed or serve between 600 and 800 families per month, and people are waiting at the door, when we open Monday mornings at 10 a.m., mm-hmm. and we're there till 2, mm-hmm. and that's Monday through Wednesday, and a lot of times, Joe Alt, she's the president. A lot of times she needs volunteers to even come up and help mm-hmm. with the number of people that are showing up at the door at His Works Ministry to give them the food boxes and even a word of encouragement mm-hmm. that even though it's rough right now, we know that there is always hope. And absolutely. Not only are we serving food, we're serving hope to the community.
Excellent. Well, let's talk about His Works Ministries. It is a nonprofit organization here in Lyons, Georgia, located in Lyons, Georgia. What is the address?
Okay, we're located in Lyons at 120 East Liberty Avenue. And if you know where the Napa Auto Parts store is, mm-hmm. we're right next door.
Okay.
And so as you go around the bend toward Reedsville, mm-hmm. if you don't, blink too fast, you might be able to see the sign for His Works Ministry. And, it's a great location to be in as well.
And you've been located in that location now for how long?
Since July 2019.
Wow. So you've been there now for almost 4 years.
Yes.
And you have been assisting with giving away food boxes for mm-hmm. that long.
Yes. Well, I wasn't on board with the ministry until about a year and a half ago, when I was asked to be a volunteer. When I don't know if how many remember the big, huge trucks would be loaded with food and would be at the Ag Center behind Toombs County High School. And someone asked if I would like to come out and be a part of unloading the trucks and giving out the food. And I was like, oh, okay. They say, well, it'll be a blessing. So I decided to do that. And the next thing I know, I was full-fledged.
Next thing you know, you were on the board and taking charge.
I didn't even know what I was getting myself into, but it was a good thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. I do remember those giveaways, especially during the pandemic and continued to go. I remember seeing cars lined up just going in to get those boxes. And you never really understood that and knew that there was actually an organization behind this.
That is the reason we're here this morning. People never knew who was involved with distributing and helping with this food. I mean,
you just knew that you saw all the cars and people being blessed with having, substance and food being given away. But, like literally it was someone working behind the scenes, so to speak.
Yeah, this is a PR campaign, too. The PR campaign is to let you know that His Works Ministry has been around for a while, and you may have benefited, your families may have benefited, but you didn't know.
Never knew where it was coming from.
And so this is to let you know how long we've been involved with this endeavor, and also to let you know you can volunteer and be a part of what God is doing in this community, and be a blessing and be blessed.
There are actually, as you stated, hands and feet to the persons or the organization that is doing this work. And this morning we're happy to have you on the show. So, as you say, we can bring voice to that cause. And it takes work to give away that number of boxes every month.
Definitely. And even out there, when we were doing that, it was like 40 plus volunteers unloading the trucks and giving out the food. And on that Thursday that we would do it, usually we'd start around 10:30 with the distribution, and we would end around 12 noon. And there were 500 plus families that were fed on that Thursday.
Good gracious.
And they wanted that food, they needed the food, and now that was in addition to what we do Monday through Wednesday.
Oh, wow. And so you're still giving away those numbers of boxes of food.
We're still giving away food. From what I understand from the Vice President's information is that, people are still coming, each month expecting something, and they want to know what happened to the trucks.
Oh, wow.
I remember getting the email. We had given out, I think, food that March, and by the end of March, we got an email saying the trucks would no longer be bringing food in. So we were really kind of shocked about that because it was such a blessing. But yeah, we want to continue to do what we can do, and we just have to shift gears to keep going,
And so in doing so, you're now, again, located at 120 East Liberty Avenue, Lyons, Georgia. Your hours of operation are Monday through Wednesday, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m.
Correct.
And now, is this just open to the public, or are there certain criteria in which a person would have to have?
Well, there are certain criteria, so you would fill out a form, and families with children get a different type of food supplement. Their box is different. It's GNAP, and we deal with Second Harvest, and different organizations that are connected with supplementing families in the community. And yes, you fill out information, and also if there are people who are homeless and they don't have anything, we have food available as well. So yeah, it's here.
Well, you talked about GNAP and you talked about Second Harvest. I'm familiar more specifically with Second Harvest, and I happen to know that while the food may be reduced, it's still not free.
And that is where we are now focused on fundraising. Until the last several months, we had, some donations coming in from organizations that felt a need to support His Works Ministry. And then things began to change, and of course we know our economy has changed, and some of the businesses that were giving are not giving as much or not giving at all anymore. So that has caused us to come up with ideas on what we need to do to raise money to buy the food to feed the community.
Well, let me ask you a question. You talk about people not giving as fluently as they used to. Is there a particular reason for that?
Really don't know. I'm sure maybe businesses are cutting back on what they're doing for charitable organizations. We did have, just individuals giving money as well. So we know that with that, it could be they just don't have the finances that they used to have. And so we're having to look to other areas and other means to try to keep going. So we welcome you to, you want to give a donation or be a part of the financial backing to help us continue to feed the community, please do so. And I'm so glad you brought up the fact that, yes, with Second Harvest, we do purchase the food. I mean, so we're actually purchasing it so that we can make sure there's food on someone else's table.
Do you have a staff? I mean, if you're there Monday through Wednesday, how many are there any paid staff? Are these all volunteers?
Basically, everything is volunteer. I'm not down there as much as I'd like to be because I do work another job. But that is something we really would love to have, is to grow. And not only just with the food. Me, myself, personally, have been involved with ministry for about 40 years. And when I moved here from Orlando, to Toombs County, it was an amazing experience. But, I would like to one day just be a part of what this community needs by helping more instead of being focused on my secular job. But everyone there is a volunteer, and they're doing this from their heart. We want to expand the program to where it's not just food we're giving people, we're giving them spiritual nourishment as well, opening some other avenues to bless the children, bless women, bless families with a foundation that will keep them steady and strong and be what Jesus has called them to be, as well as us. So
excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking with the beautiful Miss Angela Joy Pittman. She's the Vice President of the Board of the His Works Ministries, located right here in Lawrence, Georgia. We're going to take a break, and then once we come back, we want to talk about a little bit more of the history of the organization, and then we're going to talk about some of the fundraisers that are coming up and how we can all be much more actively involved with this organization. We'll be right back right after these messages.
Smarter, not harder. Here at Vidalia Federal, we are all about that phrase as we strive to make your life easier. No more drowning in paperwork or being interrogated over the idea of buying a house. Getting a home loan should be an enjoyable, simple process, not a daunting task. This is Julia McKenzie with Vidalia Federal Savings Bank, and I am here to make the mortgage process easy and simple. Come see me at the Vidalia branch on Jackson Street to talk about your next home purchase or refinance. I look forward to serving you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas. This is Anthony J. with Todd Paget Housing Center. And no, I'm not Santa, but we sure are slaying the competition over here in Claxton, Georgia. We build our manufactured homes more energy efficient, better built, and have the best setup than anyone else. Whether you've been naughty or nice, come by and we'll be glad to show you the Todd Paget Housing Center difference. Jiggle us at 912-732-1466 or stop your sleigh at 5260 Highway 280 West in Claxton, Georgia. Todd Paget Housing Center. All of your housing solutions under one roof.
Dorothy Davis with Southeastern Business Solutions here, specializing in website services, graphics management, and video editing. We have partnered with TCB Broadcasting to bring your sponsorship ads to life with their live on-air programs, which are recorded and archived along with your sponsorship ads as they were aired at the time of production. These programs are viewable by anyone at any time from anywhere on major social outlets like YouTube or Facebook, to include TCBBroadcasting.com's website. That's a lot more viewing potential, more than you would get than with a still banner that's only viewable by website visitors. With this kind of viewing potential, you want to make sure your ad says a lot more than a simple animated logo can say. These services are only available on TCBBroadcasting.com, and the spots are limited. So reach out to your TCB Broadcasting account executive and get yours locked in as soon as possible. You can bring your own video with you, or you can email Dorothy at southeasternbusinesssolutions.com, and you and we can put our creative minds together to come up with the perfect ad that says the perfect message and gets you the perfect attention.
Welcome back to this edition of Community Matters. I'm your host, The Doc, and we are here this morning, and we're talking to beautiful Miss Angela Joy Pittman. You remember her from being one of the voices and the faces on TV 46, for those of us who were around back then. I'm giving away our age, Miss Pittman.
Well, you're okay, but don't give too much of mine.
Oh, boy. It's good to have you with us this morning. We've been talking about His Works Ministry, which is a social organization here in Toombs County, located in Lyons, Georgia, at 120 East Liberty Avenue. And this organization, the motto is Extended Hands of Jesus. Now, who came up with that motto?
Well, I really don't know, but it did start with a woman, Mary Martinez. She's still involved with the ministry to a certain extent. She's very busy with some other things now. And she had a desire to really, feed the hungry.
Okay.
And I guess that's what really touched my heart when I found out about the ministry, is because when I first moved here, that touched me so much. There was a family that lived not far from me, a woman with some children, and these little children didn't have food. Most of the time they would come and ask for something to eat. And I would always go to my pantry and give them a bag full of goodies or canned goods or whatever I had in my freezer and tell them to take it to their mom and, be thankful.
Wow.
And I just have to throw this in. So when I also did substitute teaching for a very long time, and it ended up that one of the students in my middle school class that day remembered me. She was the little girl who lived on the corner from me. She said, "I remember when you would give us food." And that just touched my heart because, she remembered. She must have been about maybe 4 or 5 at the time. And just to know that we can affect people's lives like that, that they never forget, and especially a child, to know that someone actually gave me food when I didn't have any.
Wow.
And I'm sure that's what touched Mary, to see families without and being able to bless them and know that, I'm sowing into someone's life, and maybe one day someone will sow into mine.
It kind of goes into the, what we could say, one of the 6 mandates that Jesus gives in the book of Matthew, chapter 25, huh?
Yes.
When I was hungry,
you fed me.
you fed me, thirsty, you gave me something to drink, but naked,
Yes, you clothed
put
me.
clothes on me.
Yes.
When I was sick or in prison, you came and you visited me, and a stranger, you took me in.
Yes.
So Miss Mary Martinez, she had this vision. She started it
On her porch.
on her porch.
And then she went to an 8x10 shed, and she outgrew that within a month.
Wow.
And here we are today. Someone's vision. Someone had a desire. Someone had a vision. And they followed through on the vision. Just think of what God has given you as a vision. And if you don't follow through on that thing, how many lives won't be blessed or touched because of your disobedience?
Wow.
So we need to be obedient as the Spirit of God leads us to do something, because there is a connection with that. As you were talking about, what Jesus said about feeding the those who are hungry, the naked, those in prison. It's like God has brought me full circle. I worked at a prison for 7 years. And I remember at times when I was there, and I was a teacher at the prison, and I would have inmates come into my classroom and say, I just want to be in here because I know there's a presence
Wow.
that gives me hope.
Hmm.
And that's what we have to be in this community. We've got to give somebody hope.
Hmm.
I mean, yes, we need the substance, but the substance we need to give with hope.
Excellent, excellent. And we can do that by volunteering our time at the His Works Ministries, located at 120 East Liberty Avenue in Lyons, Georgia, Monday through Wednesday, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. So what do these volunteers, are they the ones who put the food in the boxes?
Yes.
And then they actually have it set aside to
Right.
give to the families?
Yes.
And so that's Monday through Wednesday, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m.
Mhm.
But you're in need of fundraising.
Yes, we are. And we have something planned this Saturday. We'll be at Smith's Flea Market.
Okay.
And we have dinners that we will be selling. So it will be, sounds pretty tasty to me. She's got pork chops, potato salad,
Whoa.
rolls, greens, beans, and tea.
Wait, sign me up.
And I also have, I do cupcakes. So I'm
Okay.
Joy and Joy Treats Plus.
All right.
I have some of my cupcakes at
Shameless plug.
at Thriftway. I put those in there as well. But I think what I'm going to do is have some key lime cupcakes on the side
Oh, man.
for Saturday. And so we'll have some cupcakes and to go along with your dinner. And so come out and have a
And
feast.
how much are these plates?
The plates are going to be $10.
Okay. So it's a
And-
donation of $10.
Right.
You're getting a lot there for $10.
Yes, you are.
You
And I
getting,
believe it's going to be pretty good, too.
Right. And so that's going to be this Saturday, right? At Smith Flea Market, which is located that's Vidalia?
That's Vidalia, huh?
Right there on 292, where the big flea market is.
Yes.
And we just go up. Will you have a banner or sign up with His Works Ministries?
We do have a tent, and we have a big sign that says His Works Ministry, so I don't think you're going to be able to miss us, so come out and visit us.
And all of those proceeds will go to the purchasing of the food to be able to give away to others.
Yes.
And
yes.
tell us again, for our listeners, how many boxes of food are you giving away on a month?
Well, the information that I received is that there's between 6 to 800 people per month receive food.
Wow, that is excellent.
Yeah.
That is excellent. If someone wanted to give to you out of the kindness of their hearts, maybe somebody's listening this morning and they wanted to share. You do have a Cash App. And,
Yes, we do.
Can you share that with our listeners?
Sure. Well, if you'd like to give, any amount is accepted and appreciated, and that would be God's Angels 120.
And that's the Cash App, which will start out with the $sign, God's Angels, all together, GODSANGELS 120,
That's
which
right.
is 120 East Liberty Avenue.
Yes.
120. Okay, so you can give there. Do you have a website or a Facebook?
It is a website. Not a website, but we do have a Facebook page, and it is His Works Ministry. And a lot of people follow to keep up with information, especially before when we used to have certain special events and food giveaways. So, but yeah, just check us out on Facebook, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have about what we do. And we're just really looking forward to what God's going to do with this ministry.
In fact, His Works Ministries, the His and Works Ministries, who is His?
Well, it's Jesus. And the thing about it, what's really awesome is that His works, when you think about how Jesus fed the 5,000,
Wow.
with the 2 loaves of bread and the fish, yes, He gave them the word, but He gave them natural food.
Wow.
That was His work.
Yeah.
And so
He did it all with 5 loaves and 2 fish.
there you go. And so 5 loaves, 2 fish, and it became multiplied. That's what we need to happen here. We need it to multiply. And
we can do that
we
in
can
this
do that.
community.
We can do that. We
Yeah.
definitely can.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're so grateful and thankful for the work of His Works Ministries. Again, this is one of the ministries, many ministries, that are working behind the scenes to make our community better. And so we ask that for those who can and will, with our free time, there's so much more that can be done in our community. Go out and volunteer your time, Monday through Wednesday, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m., and be a part of the solutions and not the problems here in our community. Thank you, Miss Angela Joy Pittman.
You're more than welcome. And I'm just excited to be here and be able to share what God is doing.
Excellent, excellent. Shouts out to Miss Jill Alt and the rest of the team with His Works Ministries. You all just keep doing the great work that you're doing, and we'll have to have you on the show again to kind of let's keep this PR going and talk it up. And in the meantime, we're going to do what we can to support as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for tuning in on this morning. This has been Community Matters with your host, the Doc. As always, we're so grateful and thankful for the one and the only Miss Robin Crabb, our illustrious general manager, who is working things out this morning. And we're so grateful and thankful for Miss Dorothy Davis, who always has our show archived. You can go to our website, tcbbroadcasting.com. tcbbroadcasting.com. You can go there. You can listen to this show again. You can also see the beautiful face of Miss Angela Joy Pittman also. So we look forward to you going to our website and joining us. Come again on next week so that we can be and see what else is going on great in our community. Right here with the Doc. Shouts out again to everyone listening. We will talk to you again on next week. Until then, God bless.
You've been listening to Community Matters with host Tony Doc Wardlaw, sponsored by Todd Paget Housing Center in Claxton and by Vidalia Federal in Lyons and Vidalia. Tune in again next week to see what is happening in our community on Community Matters, a service of TCB Broadcasting.